But yeah, what I wanted to do, this is something I've been cooking up for a little bit, um, was get together a like get into Pocket Fighter stream or video. I'm gonna pop this up on my YouTube afterwards, so it'll be available afterward or after the stream. But recently got into Pocket Fighter or Super Gem Fighter as it's known in the West. Um, Pretty recently. It's a game I played a lot as a kid. I loved it because it's fucking cute. It's got like most of my favorite characters. It's cool. So I liked it a lot as a kid, but I didn't actually check it out again up until somewhat recently, and like found I really fucking love this game. Like it was just really clicking with me. But the more that I tried to dig into it, the harder I found it was to actually find uh, anything about the damn game. Um, I'll link to it in afterwards, but the strategy wiki for Pocket Fighter has been the best resource that I have found. But even then, there's just some stuff that isn't mentioned. There's a lot of cool character stuff that obviously isn't going to be mentioned on there. The strategy wiki, it's a very high overview, um, but yeah, like getting into this game has been surprisingly difficult, and that kind of blows my mind because this is a Capcom fighting game. So just finding a Capcom fighting game that isn't well documented was super weird to me. So been playing with a bunch of my friends over in the FGC Rainbow Edition server. We're a super cool LGBTQ plus fighting game community. Uh, Been really digging into the game a lot more, and the more that we play it, the more we keep on discovering stuff about the game that just is like, oh wait, you could do this. That's cool. That would have been nice to know. Um, so this has been something I've been thinking of for a little bit here. Just kind of scribble down some notes on a notepad. Just walk people through the game who might be interested in it. Because I just want to play this game with more people. That's really what it comes down to. This is all selfish. But yeah, so what is Pocket Fighter, or once again Super Gem Fighter, as it's known in the West? Pocket Fighter is a way cooler name. So Pocket Fighter is a fighting game based spin-off of the Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo game, which is a competitive puzzle game uh, featuring Street Fighter and some other Capcom characters. Give me just a moment. I'm just making sure my stream's running. Okay. 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 Yeah, we're good. So yeah, it's a spin-off fighting game of a puzzle game that was itself based on a fighting game. So what we have here, follow me. It's gonna walk you through this one. We had a fighting game, Street Fighter 2, that had a spin-off that was a competitive puzzle game called Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, and then we have this spin-off, which is Pocket Fighter. So we have a fighting game based on a competitive puzzle game, which is itself based on a fighting game. So we've come full circle. Cool. So yeah, Pocket Fighter's cool. A big reason why I like this game so much, and anyone who knows me knows, I don't tend to click with high execute or the okay, I take that back. The older I get, the less I click with high execution fighting games. So like Blaze Blue's super cool. I don't really click with Blaze Blue. Melty Blood's super cool. I don't really click with Melty Blood because they're just high execution. So the fighting games that I tend to prefer are fighting games that are low barrier of entry, low execution, low execution requirements, while still having some semblance of depth. The reason I like that is because we can just get to the cool shit quicker, and that's pretty cool for me, or pretty big for me. The coolest stuff in fighting games is when both players know what tools their characters have available to them and how to best utilize those tools in in a given situation. But getting to that point is a bit difficult, and once again, I'm speaking from experience here. I'm not, it's a bit difficult for me to get to that point when it's like, shit, I'm dropping this combo, like getting this link is really difficult for me, like shit like that. So, Pocket Fighter's super cool in that it's what I just described. It's a low execution requirement, low barrier of entry game. There's a lot of really cool quality of life things that I'll show off here pretty soon that I would like to see in more fighting games, but it allows someone to just jump in, start hitting buttons, feel like they're doing cool shit. But if they're interested in, picking it up a little further, maybe digging a bit deeper underneath the surface, there's stuff there, and you can absolutely get to that point a little quicker. So, yeah, Pocket Fighter's super cool. And it's also, I mean, come on, it's cute as hell. But yeah, it's a big reason I was able to jump in and love it so much as a kid, because I can jump in and just start hitting buttons and things happen, right? So, boom, 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 boom. There's a combo. And me as a little baby hands style Katarn could jump in here and start hitting combos and be like, yo, I'm a fighting game player. I'm the coolest, right? So yeah, you can jump in and start hitting buttons. It's fun. You'll actually probably do pretty all right just jumping in and hitting buttons, and then, if you wanted to dig a little deeper, you can dig deeper. There's more stuff going on. A wild thing about Pocket Fighter, honestly, though, is and I give this one credit to Joe or JR 121. He mentioned at one point that this game just has all of Capcom's mechanics, and he's not wrong. I'll show him off in a bit, but this thing really does just fucking have every mechanic Capcom had ever thought of, leading up to this point, and it works. And it's kind of wild to me that it works. So yeah, I'll go over all those in a bit, but hey, you like Red Earth? You got some Red Earth mechanics in here. You like super jumps? You like burst? It's all here. So this game's super cool. So let me start digging into a bit of what this game has to offer. Actually, hitbox. I'm going to load up a different training mode. One moment. Because I want to load one up that doesn't have hitboxes. And also this one allows me to just cycle through, which I'll go over that mechanic, cycle through the levels on my specials and a couple other cool things. This was a training mode made by the community. It's super cool. But where did I put it is the question. Haha. Okay. Let's go to my girl, Tessa. We're going to beat up on Ken. So, what is Pocket Fighter? Pocket Fighter is a 3-button fighting game. Your 3 buttons, punch, kick, and special. Let's get into the match. So you got punch, you got kick, you got special. And I'll go over what each of those are in just a moment. In terms of macros or button combinations, there's only 2, well, 3. I guess 3, yeah. Punch and kick together is your throw. And then kick and special is to throw an item. And I'll go over items in a minute. But that's one of the things from Red Earth. So that's super cool. So yeah, 3-button game. Punch, kick, special. What are some of the other mechanics to this game? So I mentioned it has every fucking Capcom mechanic ever. So we got super jumps, similar to your Versus series. Down, up is a super jump. Actually, I'm pretty sure only Tessa can get something out of super jump. She has a dive kick that she can only do out of super jump. But yeah, you got super jumps, you got dashes. Dashes are very committal in this game. The only thing you can do out of a dash, which as your next thing, you can do dash attacks. The only thing you can do out of a dash is a dash attack. You can't stop short, you can't block, you can't jump out of a dash. So if you're dashing, you're committing to it. There's also back dashes. I don't actually believe those are invincible. Hey, let's find out. Look at this. We're testing stuff together. We're doing this as a team. No, they're not. Okay. Back dashes are invincible. So you're just using them to really get out or to put some distance in between you and your opponent. You're not going to be using these as a reversal or like a get out of pressure option. So your buttons. So once again, 3-button fighter, punch, kick, special. Your different buttons, you have 5P or your standing punch. This is solely used to start flash combos. I'll go over what those are in a minute. These are these cool things. I'll explain how those work. Your standing kick or 5K, normally used for pokes. You can't combo. I say this, I'm pretty sure there isn't any character that can combo or like special cancel or super cancel out of your 5K. But yeah, mostly used for pokes. Some characters like Dan can use it as like it's honestly like his most reliable anti-air, so just depends on the character. Your crouching buttons, 2P, 2K. With Tessa, she's kind of a bad example because she can only special cancel out of her 2P. But these are mostly going to be your combo options, and I'll go over combo theory in just a moment, or not just a moment. I got 3 pages worth of scribbled ass text here on a notebook. But eventually we'll get to combo theory. Spoiler: combo theory is pretty much jumping button, crouching button into special. There you go. You're an Evo champ now. So that's your crouching buttons. Tessa's, she can't cancel out of her crouching kick, but it's a pretty good poke and it multi-hits, so that's pretty cool. What else we got? Every character has a universal anti-air, which is 3P or down forward in punch. I don't really use Tessa's, although that animation rules. I think it's adorable. But someone like, I need to be on the other side. Like that one's pretty good. So every character has universal anti-air. They all like super launch if they hit an airborne opponent. So you can probably get some stuff out of that. And then also every character has a knockdown, which is 3K or down forward kick. Knockdowns are pretty strong in this game because there's a lot of like really fucked up pressure that you can put your opponent in. Hey, there's also another mechanic. I'll go over that in a minute, but they got the Darkstalker's pursuit mechanic, because why not? It's just, yeah, well, I'm screwing it up. When your opponent is knocked down, it's just up and a button. There we go. So either 7, 8, or 9, and a button, puncher, kick, doesn't matter. Either or. But yeah, they got Vampire Savior, Darkstalkers, pursuit attacks. Because once again, all the Capcom mechanics. And yeah, I mentioned dashes earlier, but you can attack out of a dash. Dependent on the character, Tessa has a dashing low, which is cool, and then that move, which is okay. Some characters have like Sakura, I think, has an overhead out of her dash, so it just depends on the character. But yeah, you can attack out of dashes, and you get dashing attacks. Can't really, most of the cast can't really get anything out of those. So like Tessa gets a knockdown, that's cool, but it's not like you're using this to start combos. Once again, your combos in this game, outside of flash combos, are mostly just jumping button, crouching button, special, or just crouching button, special. So yeah, that's all the buttons. All the buttons for now. So the big gimmick in this game is, so we mentioned flash combos. Briefly, I'm going to go over those a bit more in depth. That's one of the main gimmicks. The other one, since this is based on Puzzle Fighter, the puzzle game, they kind of worked that homage into the base gameplay for Pocket Fighter. Every character has exactly 3 specials, and they're all color-coded, and they're all down there at the bottom of the screen. They actually show your inputs at all time, which is cool. So you're not sure what your character's specials are, boom, there they are. They're flashing on screen. So each character has 3 specials, and they're all color-coded. Each character has a red, a yellow, and a blue special. So when you attack your opponent, you'll notice these little gems pop out. Collect that gem, and it will level up the appropriate special, or the relevant special. Mine isn't going to work, because I'm using this training mode. But, hey, believe me, when I say that when you collect gems, they level up your special. So, let me actually stop this script and go into this one. Okay. Now we're good. So, you'll have little, almost like experience bars down there at the bottom of the screen next to each of the specials. Collecting gems will get you meter in that particular special. Once it levels up, or once it fills up, it'll actually level up, and you'll get a, ooh, yes. You'll get a stronger version of that special. Boom, alright, cool. We got our level 2, level 3 just leveled up. So, let me go back to this training mode real quick. There we go. Okay. So, to show off how much of the difference that makes, this is Tessa's level 1 Dragon Strike. This is her DP. Well, that's wrong. There we go. There we go. There's her DP. So, it's fine. Dragon Strike doesn't really have any range to it. This is her, I forget what that's called. Oh, Dragon Roll. That's her Dragon Roll. Doesn't really have much range. So, if we level up her Dragon Strike, cool. Now we're starting to see a difference. It's got more range. It multi-hits. This button starts becoming an absolute monster. So we go to level 3. Cool, we got that. Now look at that thing. All that range. Good luck dealing with this. So multi does even more hits, does a ton of damage. She's now capable of punishing a lot of stuff that she wasn't actually able to punish before. It gets pretty wild. So leveling up your specials is good. Let's go. So let's show off like her DP. So she starts getting a little more range. She moves forward a bit. Let's collect this one. Boom. Much bigger. Also, once again, more multi-hits. So the concept is collect gems, level up your specials get better. Hi, Sylvie. Hello. We're talking about Pocket Fighter. Happy you can be here. So, yeah, collect gems, gems get better. Or collect gems, specials get better. A lot of characters, so Tessa being one, a lot of the characters, so her, yeah, glad you can make it too. A lot of the characters, as we saw with her level 1 Dragon Strike, not really much you can do with it. It's really just there as a combo ender. You're not going to be punishing anything. You're not really going to be pressuring. A lot of the characters' game plans actually rely around leveling up their specials. Some of the characters, like Chun-Li, for example, she's just really good from the beginning. Her specials, there isn't as much of a gap in between her level 1 and her level 3 compared to someone like Tessa or Felicia, where you see a massive difference in their specials when you actually start leveling them up. So some characters like Tessa are playing a very, very patient game plan up until they can start getting, like with Tessa, this level 2 Dragon Strike, well, a level 2 Dragon Strike, and then she can start becoming a monster. So doing any attack will knock out gems. These little diamonds here will actually level up all 3 of your specials. Those are pretty rare. But just attacking your opponent will get gems. Every now and then, if you hit them with certain combo enders, a chest will pop out, which just results in more gems. There's also, whenever I see one come across the screen, I'll show it off. But there will be these little flying NPCs that you can hit to also get stuff out of. I know, they're so cute. Hi, Joe Bop. Yeah, they're adorable. That was one of the first points on why do I like this game, because this game's fucking adorable. It's hard to not just be immediately taken in by what Pocket Fighter is putting down. This game's super cute. And there's also just, I didn't mention it before, but there is a ton of references in this game. Like, we're playing in this stage with Dimitri teleporting around and scootalooing across the, yeah, there he goes, across his freshly waxed floor. There's just so many references, both in the stages and the characters' flash combos. There's a ton going on in this game. So, like, if you are a fan of fighting games or like a Capcom fan, there's a lot to love. Yeah, no, he's so cute. It's the cutest Dimitri has ever been. He's vibing. He's having a good time. There he goes. All the stages in this game are phenomenal. They all have like really adorable background stuff going on. Like there's a ski resort stage with Bison skiing like on a sled, just like having the time of his life. I adore this game. This game's adorable. So yeah, that's gems. So gems are cool. He's a little vampire penguin. I would actually like Dimitri more if he was a penguin, to be totally honest. So gems, they are color coded: red, yellow, blue. Collecting that gem will level up the special that is also collecting, or that is also colored that. And the max for your specials are level 3. Ibuki does have a penguin outfit. You are correct, Sylvie. I'll show off Ibuki later. I was actually just labbing with her a little bit before the stream, and yeah, she's got some fun stuff. But yeah, she can become a penguin. The other cool thing about the max level for any of your specials is 3. Once they're 3, it'll just show max. Collecting more gems won't level that up anymore. Gems, however, do fill meter. So we have a super meter underneath the character's health up there at the top. The max it can go up to is 9. Building meter that works the same in any other fighting game. Attacking, blocking, landing special, or throwing out specials, stuff like that. Taunting, I believe, builds meter. But collecting gems also builds meter. So even if you have all of your specials at max, you still definitely want to be trying to grab these gems if if able to, because it's also going to be building you meter. And meter's pretty good in this game. What else do we got? Blocks. You can block high or low. There are overheads. I'm pretty sure... Does he have an overhead? He does, but I don't have kick mapped. There we go. There's an overhead. Yeah, so we got overheads. We got lows. So high, low blocks, same as with any other fighting game. Cool thing you can do, so since we're talking a little bit about super meter here, a couple things you can do with super meter. Obviously, supers. Supers in the game all cost 1 bar. There are 2 exceptions to that, and they're both the 2 secret characters, Dan and Akuma. They each have a super that costs 3 bars, but everything else in this game is 1 bar. So all of your supers cost 1 bar. Let's become a dragon. The other thing you can do with meter is while you're in block stun, you can press forward and special, or you can just do it wrong. There we go. You can do forward and special to guard cancel. That costs 1 bar of meter. It will always knock out a chest from your opponent. In that case, it dropped health pickups. So that's cool. But yeah, you can spend a bar of meter. Please? Oh. There we go. And then while in block stun, forward and special, diamonds, let's go, to guard cancel. So that's one thing you can spend meter on. You can also burst, which is all 3 attack buttons, or all 3 buttons, punch, kick, and special, while in hit stun. There we go. So bursting, it's not going to show here because I'm using this training mode script. But bursting will cost you all of the gems, or all of your levels of special. So if you have them all at 3, it's going to drop all of them to level 1. It also knocks out all of the gems that would have been used to fill up your specials. So you could possibly collect your gems back and just immediately go back up to whatever special it was when you lost, or when you bursted. But granted, your opponent also has that possibility. You're like, cool. So bursting's cool. This game has burst. You can use that in hit stun. The only requirements to burst is you have to have at least one of your specials at level 2, and you have to have at least 1 bar of meter, of super meter. Yeah. Those are the 2 requirements. But once again, it's going to cost you all of your gem levels. So use it as a last-ditch effort. Combos in this game aren't extremely long, but some of them can lead to some really gross situations and could just lead to your opponent taking the round. So bursting is an option. So let's go over, we went over punch and kick. We didn't talk about the special button, which is that 3rd button. So special gives you access to guard crushes. So if your opponent is blocking, which in this case Ken is, this is going to get through. So the cool thing about, let's not have this Lua script again because I want to show off stuff. Boom. Okay. Hitboxes are back. Yay. So, there are 3 different types of guard crushes, and it depends on the direction that you press while pressing the special button. So neutral special, or just 5S, or if you're holding back and pressing S, that's important. I'll go over that in a minute. Oh no, that's the 6. Okay, so 5S or just neutral S is the standard guard crush. You have down and S, which is almost kind of like a universal anti-air as well. These are very good for anti-airing. That's down in S. And then you have forward in S, which are your ranged, or guard crushes that have a bit more range to them. That's forward in S. Or if you're holding back and you press S, that's it as well. The cool thing about these, let me show it off with Ken. There's one of them. Boom. I'll go over those in a minute. Cool thing with these is that each of those different guard crushes... Oh, my Digimon's going off. Each of those different guard crushes actually target a different gem meter from your opponents. So if, say, Ken wants to get some of those red gems out of Tessa, which he absolutely does, because, remember, level 3 Dragon Strike is gross, then he would just press 5S or neutral S. Boom. He's knocked out some red gems. So he's knocked out enough to knock me down a level, and he's went up a level. Say he wants to target those yellow gems that I have because my DP is at max level. Down in S, wrong button. I mean other one. The other one that I said. Forward in S. There we go, mule kick. 6S targets the yellow, and then down in S targets the blue. I don't have any blue. He does though. So I want that blue gem. There we go. So your different guard crushes will actually target the different gem meters for your opponent. So you can actually, if you need a particular color of gem, or you just don't want them to have a particular color of gem, then you can absolutely target that. 6S is red. I'm sorry, 5S is red, 6S is yellow, and 2S is blue. So neutral special red, forward special yellow, down special blue. There's one other thing you can do. So so those are all unblockable. You can actually charge them to do more damage if you would like, and to also throw off the timing on your opponent. The last thing you can do with the special button is back and special at the same time. It has to be at the same time, because if you're holding back and you press special, you're just going to get the forward special, which is the poke or the ranged guard crush. So back and special at the same time puts you into a parry state. So let's have Ken try to hit me with this. Boom, parried. You can only parry guard crushes. That's not going to parry anything else. So if I do this, oops, he can just punch me, because it's only going to parry the guard crushes, which are the special buttons. So I did it wrong. Boom. You can parry it. Once again, always knocks out a chest. It's not always diamonds. I don't know why I keep getting the diamonds. That rules. But back and special at the same time will put you into a parry state. And if your opponent hits you with a guard crush or the special button, then you're going to parry them. So, 1 second. I'm logging out of work because I'm totally on company time doing this. There we go. All right. So yeah, back and special. That is very dangerous. So that's a fantastic option, because we have a game that just has a dedicated unblockable button. So they need, and granted, they're all very telegraphed, because your character goes into this like flashing animation doing it. So it's obvious they're about to guard crush you, but sometimes you're in a corner, or you're not able to jump away or backdash or jab them out of it. So having the parry option is exactly what this game needs. The problem with that is that if you whiff, like, I'm holding back. There we go. Like, you're stuck in that animation for a moment. So if you whiff a parry, your opponent's, oops, absolutely just going to run up and punish you. So yeah, parries are cool. You can only parry guard crushes, which are the unblockable attacks, which are the special buttons. That's special. And once again, each of those guard crushes or specials will target a different gem meter from your opponent. I love that. That's super cool. We talked about super meter. It can go up to a max of 9 bars. You can level up your... Oh, I did not mention that. Or leveled up specials actually build more meter than their level 1 specials. So level 3 Dragon Strike is actually going to build more meter than a level 1 Dragon Strike. That's important too. Because once you have your specials leveled up, you can now just start pressuring, not just with better moves, but also with more specials and more meter, because you're just inherently building more meter by throwing out more specials. So yeah, that's the super meter. Cool thing about supers in this game. So I mentioned one thing you can spend meter on are supers. Cool thing is there are actually 2 different input methods for each of the character's supers. So I do not remember hers. There it is. So for that beam super, I can either do double quarter circle back and punch, or I can do quarter circle forward special. There's no penalty to doing it this way. It's just if you don't like double quarter circles like me, this guy over here fucking hates that input. I really love that they just included basically I would say an easier input method for specials, and you're not penalized for doing it. There's one super niche situation where not in doing the easier input results in a different animation for Akuma for his Raging Demon. It doesn't do any different damage. He just has a different animation if you actually do the Raging Demon input instead of just doing the like whatever it is, like half circle forward special or something like that. It is with Akuma. But yeah, so all of your inputs with special are always going to be, with the special button, are going to be supers. So it's not like you can misinput a super if you're doing a quarter circle forward with like special. Quarter circle forward with special is always going to be a super. Or I could do double quarter circle back punch, and it's the same super. Once again, not penalized. Do whichever one feels more comfortable to you. So I like that. I think that's cool. I would love if more games did that. But alas, that's getting into something else. We talked about burst. So boom, there goes all my gems. They fly all over the screen. I can pick them up if I have the time. But granted, so can my opponent. So burst is cool. You can do it in hit stun, so you can just get someone off of you. You can do it also neutral as well. It knocks your opponent. Oops, I love that throw. Oh, I don't have meter, so I can't do it. Haha. Alright, now I have meter. Actually doesn't have that much of a range, but it just knocks your opponent away if it hits them with it. It's also pretty punishable, so if you do whiff a burst, you're probably about to eat a combo, but alas. Let's talk about flash combos in just a minute, because I want some water. Alright, flash combos. I mentioned the other big... The 2 big gimmicks in this game are the gem system, because it's based on Puzzle Fighter, and then we've also got flash combos. So flash combos are always initiated from your standing punch button, and you know what? Let's do something cool. Let's show an image that I think is cool. Flash combos. Grab this from the strategy wiki. Once again, I'll link to this afterwards, but the strategy wiki is phenomenal. There it is. So, I'm going to put this over here. We're going to cover up that Puzzle Fighter art real quick. Oopsies. Okay, so yeah. So the flash combo system, it's always initiated with your standing punch, but then based on what buttons you press, either punch or kick, in whatever order, will have different outcomes. The only ones that actually matter are the 2nd and the 4th button. Those are the ones that actually determine what flash combos you do. The 3rd button doesn't matter what you press, because the 4th one is going to determine... you'd still have the same outcome for the 4th ones, regardless of what you press. But the flash combos for the characters are all different, and this is also where they work in a bunch of like cool Capcom references. So they're all initiated with punch, and then you just keep on pressing the punch or the buttons. So punch, 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 punch for Tessa. results in a knockdown. It's a 3-hit combo. There's a gap after the 3rd hit. But the cool thing about flash combos is that these are kind of your just built-in mix-up buttons. And honestly, a lot of the game is based around flash combos. So you're not doing traditional Street Fighter or even just fighting game combos. A lot of it is landing these different. Let's be cool. Let's go. These different flash combos. So punch, 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 punch is this very just standard, just 4-hit combo. No. Does everyone have every root? No, they do not. They are different for each character. I'm trying to think if anyone doesn't have. So there are 4 different enders for flash combos. There's launchers, knockdowns, grabs, and guard crushes. So this 4-punch one is a knockdown, results in a knockdown. If I go punch, 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 kick, I can end in a guard crush. So I have it. Let me take a look. I wrote it down somewhere because I actually didn't notate this. So in that chart up in the top right, the top and the bottommost flash combo are always going to result in a launcher or a knockdown. It could be different. So punch, 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 punch might be a launcher for someone, whereas punch, 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 punch with Tessa is a knockdown. So the top and the bottom ones are always going to be a launcher and a knockdown. Could be either one of those two, but it's going to be one of those two. The 2 middle ones are always going to be either a guard crush or a throw, but I don't think every character has access. They should. I'm pretty sure they do have. I'm pretty sure every character has access to all 4. I'm trying to think of one that doesn't. I can't off the top of my head. I might be wrong on that. They're not always the same routes, though. So like I mentioned, punch, 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 punch with Tessa as a knockdown, but that might be a launcher with like Chun-Li. So if I do punch, punch, kick, kick, or punch, 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 kick, it's going to result in the same guard crush because, once again, only the 2nd and 3rd buttons are really what matters as shown off in that chart there. So if we do this other one, which is punch, kick, so say I do punch, kick, 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 that's going to be her launcher combo. That one's terrible for Tessa. She can't actually get anything off of that. I mean, she might be able to. I haven't been able to find anything yet. Let me preface it with that, or correct myself. But that seems bad because she's also super punchable if you block it or if it whiffs. So punch, kick, kick, kick is a launcher for Tessa. Or if I do punch, kick, punch, punch, or punch, kick, kick, punch, it ends in that grab animation, which I can do cool stuff out of. You'll also notice, so let's do punch, kick. We're going to have Ken block this by crouching. I'm going to do punch, kick, punch. That's an overhead. A lot of characters will have overheads and lows mixed into their flash combo. So if I do punch, 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 kick, that's a low. So if he's stand blocking it, that's going to hit. So a lot of characters have just built-in mix-ups into their flash combos as well. Once again, it's dependent on the character. They're not always the same. And honestly, I don't even know if every character actually has a high or overhead or low built into their flash combo. I'm pretty sure Dan doesn't. But that's everything I say about this game is like, hey, all these characters can do super cool stuff. There's always going to be the asterisks except Dan. And I'll go over Dan a little bit later. But yeah, so flash combos are cool. There's a lot of mix-ups you can get out of them. A lot of really strong situations you can put yourself in, like that. I keep hitting the wrong button because I rebinded my keys. And like I can juggle off of this. Cool. That's a lot of damage. Oh yeah, there's juggles in the game. Juggle system isn't too in-depth. It's really just like one hit you can juggle your opponent, unless it's like a multi-hit super or special. But you're not doing like... You're not juggling someone into like a flash combo or something like that. Which one? That doesn't work. Oh, I can... I'm pretty sure I can... Yeah, I can just do it after this. So then I could just like punch them if I want. But that's the most I can get out of that. Or I could just do like a special, or as you saw earlier, I can go into a super. So yeah, there's juggles. Juggles are cool. But yeah, those are flash combos. Flash combos you can start as well from a jumping button. So actually, that's outside of those like niche combos where I meant niche. Outside of those other combos I mentioned previously, where it's like jumping button, crouching button into special. Honestly, most of the time you're probably doing jumping button into flash combo. That one didn't combo because I screwed it up, but you get the point. Yeah. So you can combo into them from jumping buttons. You can't from from crouching buttons. Crouching buttons are only there to be special or super canceled. I keep dropping that. But yeah, you get the point. So flash combos are good. You should use flash combos because it's the other really big gimmick that this game has that I haven't seen in really any other. I mean, the flash combos are unique to Pocket Fighter, as is the gem system. So like those are Pocket Fighter's two big gimmicks. So those are flash combos. Inherent mix-ups. You've got high-lows. You've got grabs. You've got guard crushes out of them. There's a lot you can do with flash combos, and a lot of the game revolves around landing your flash combos and just in mixing up your opponent as a result of training them to expect certain. Yeah, they are super cancelable or special cancelable. But yeah, a lot of the game is just training your opponent. It's like, cool, they thought I was going to grab them there, so maybe they tried to jab me, or they're blocking because they thought I was going to go for a button and I grabbed them. Yeah, crouching. It's not unique across the entire cast. I'm pretty sure everyone's crouching punch is special and super cancelable. Not everyone's crouching kick is special or super cancelable. And some of them are one and not the other. Like Morrigan's crouching punch, you can it multi-hits, so you can special cancel after either hit, but you can't super cancel after the second hit with Morrigan. It's weird. But for the most part, yeah, they're special and super cancelable. Tessa, she cannot cancel out of her crouching kick, but her crouching kick is really good, so she doesn't need it. I'll also mention this game does use negative edge inputs, but only for specials. So if I press, right now I press the punch button, I'm holding it, I can do the motion and then let go punch, and it will come out. So this game does also use special negative edge, if that all interests you. Since it's really only used for specials in this game, it does actually make like crouching buttons pretty easy to combo or special cancel out of, because you can just punch, hold the button, do the input, let go of the button, and it all comes out. So yeah, negative edge is cool. So yeah, those are flash combos. Throws. So this is another weird thing about this game. Throw is punch and kick. You have your standard throw, which is either 6 or 4, and punch or kick, so back or forward and punch or kick. It's going to result in the same one. I love her animations. Oh, cool thing about Tessa I want to talk about before I forget. So in Tessa's from Red Earth. In that game, she actually has 2 different cats. The cat that she uses for her attacks is based on which way is she facing. So this one's my black and white cat, and if I go over here, here's her white cat. I love it. So they brought that over from Red Earth as well, which rules. So yeah, throws. You have 4 or 6 and kick. That's your standard throw. You can tech. I have all of my buttons like... Is that kick? Okay, there we go. Okay, well I can't get it. There we go. There we go. There's tech. I have player 2's buttons like between either my keyboard or the fight stick, so doing anything with that is... Oh, I love it. I love all the emojis. Yeah, all the kitties. You are correct, Jill. I do love the kitties. It's a big reason I love Tessa. She's a witch. She resembles my spouse. That's another big reason I play her. And also she has cats. So yeah. And also she's fucked up. I fucking love her. She's so much fun. So, what was I talking about? Throws. So you can tech throws by pressing the same input, punch and kick. I don't know what the frame, like how many frames you have to tech a throw. I'm pretty sure it's somewhat tight. But yeah, you can tech throws. cool thing about Pocket Fighter is that that's actually not where it just ends, or where it ends with throws for characters. Every character has at least 2 other throws. Oh, hell yeah. I would love to use... Well, okay, so Wednesday is our cat, for Little Vixen in the chat, who apparently I can use her as a weapon, but no other cats. I think it'd be the other way around. I don't think I would be able to use Wednesday as a weapon. I think Wednesday would use me as a weapon. And it'd be like a big, like, blunt weapon, like a club. Like, Wednesday would just wield me like that. So yeah, there's actually... Each character has at least 2 additional throws outside of their standard, their standard throw. So half circle back throw and half circle forward throw. Half circle forward throw is a special throw. And I did it wrong. I keep doing it wrong. There we go. Those tend to do more damage. They can do some additional setups. So... Cool. I can combo into super after that one. Special throws are still techable, so you can tech out of those, but they either do more damage or they result in some really strong positions for your opponents. So like in that case, I launch them more than high enough to where I can do like a Dragon Strike, or I can do super. Okay, or I just keep doing it wrong. That's cool too. But yeah, there we go. Oh, I can't actually Dragon Strike after that, but I can super after it. So that's the special throw. That's half circle forward and puncher kick. They are still techable. You also have half circle back punching kick, which you can charge for more damage, and you can't tech those. I did it wrong. I still hit. Never mind. So yeah, it's half circle back throw. You can charge them to do a ton more damage, and you cannot tech those. So those are cool. Some characters like Zangief have additional throws. He has like down and punching kick, and like, yeah. So it just depends on the character. But at the very least, everyone has your standard throw, which is 4 or 6 punch and kick. Then you also have half circle forward or half circle back punching kick. Half circle forward punching kick is the special throw, does more damage, but you can tech it. Half circle back punching kick you cannot tech, but it has a pretty long startup animation. You can charge them if you want to do more damage. There's also air throws. Yeah. Every character has an air throw. It's just punch and kick in the air. Yeah, they're air throws. They're good. They're really good for certain characters who can like throw loop in the corner. It's pretty tight. It's not the easiest thing to do, and not everyone has it. Tessa can't really get anything off of her air throw, but it looks cute. Oh, she can juggle off of it. Hey, look, we're learning stuff together. She can Dragon Strike after it. Cool. Those are throws. Let's talk about knockdown. Wrong button. So I mentioned that you have the Vampire Savior or Darkstalker's like pursuit mechanic. So after you knock down an opponent, any up direction, so 7, 8, or 9. So up forward, up back, or just up, and any button, well not any button, punch or kick, will do a pursuit attack. They're cool in this game. Tessa's is actually pretty slow, so hers is actually a little like hard to land sometimes. But they just do more damage and they put you closer to the opponent if you knock them away. There's no reason to not really go for them. Yeah, because like, yeah, just go. You may as well go for them. It's more damage and they put you closer to the opponent, unless you want to be far away from the opponent, which then don't do those. So that's the pursuit attacks. While you are knocked down, you can do either left or right. Or, why can't I get it? Oh, because I'm getting hard knocked down, duh. That's weird. Okay, why is all of his stuff hard knocked down? Oh, because it's level 3. No wonder. There we go. There's rolls. So you can hold either left or right after being knocked down. Or actually, I'm sorry, you have to hold a button and then either left or right to roll. So you could avoid pursuit attacks that way, or if you just want to reposition. You don't really roll that far, as you can see, when I can do it in the first place. There we go. So you don't really roll that far, but it's a little bit of repositioning. Such rolls. Another really cool thing that this game offers. So I'm never going to be able to land this. You have your standard reversals. Oh, come on. Reversal timing in this game is actually very tight, so I'm actually going to mess this up a bit. There is a reason you may want to roll, or not want to roll. I'm not getting it. You can't reversal if you roll. So if you want to, nah, come on. There. Well, it didn't say reversal, but you can. Yeah, you can't reversal if you roll. Why can I not reversal? Okay. Well, as I'm showing off, the reversal timing in this game is actually super strict. Oopsies. So to counteract that, there is. I would like to get one off just so I can at least show it. Okay, well, fuck it. I'll mess with it later. But there we go. Look at that reversal. Oh my god, first try. We're so good. So that shows one point I was going to make, is that reversal timing is actually pretty strict in this game. So yeah, if you roll, you can't do a reversal. However, if you do get knocked down, this game has easy reversals. So while you are knocked down, you can actually just... This is not strict at all, which I love. You can just mash special, and you'll get an easy reversal. That's always going to be your character's reversal button. Some characters like Xianko doesn't actually have a really good reversal. I actually don't remember what her easy reversal even is. But at the very least, it's a button you can just press to just, if you don't want to have to deal with the standard reversal window, you can just... I don't think you'd be able to easy reversal or pursuit attack, because the reversal time or window is after you would have already been able to be hit by a pursuit attack. I don't believe you can. You know what? Let's find out. Let's work on this together. Oh, crap. Oh, I'd have to push them together. This is going to be difficult. You might be able... Actually, you know what? You might be able to if they mistime it. You might be able to. Now, yeah, like there I was matched. So that was the easy reversal coming out. It came out long after he had already jumped off. Maybe if they, like... Oh, that was just me timing it wrong. Yeah, I guess if they, like, mistime it, you can. But if they're on point with it... I don't think you're going to be able to. Yeah, I'm messing it up. But... The one time that I was mashing the easy reversal and Ken actually did hit with pursuit, the easy reversal didn't come out until long afterwards. So I think the timing to reversal is actually after the state that you would be in to be able to be hit by a pursuit attack, so I don't believe so. But, so yeah, those are easy reversals. You can just mash special on wake up to do an easy reversal. The downside to easy reversals, because there is actually a downside with these, your easy reversal is always going to be your... level 1 super, or your level 1 special. So, oops, wrong button. So currently, Ken has, what's that, level 2? Oops. So he has his level 2 Shoryuken. If I knock him down, and he does his easy reversal, it's only going to be his level 1 Shoryuken. Still has invincibility frames on it. It's still a decent reversal, but he's only getting the level 1. Let me see if I can do this. I'm not going to be able to do this with with how I currently have his buttons tied. But, Well, we saw it brief earlier with when I did it the one time with Tessa. So easy reversal is always going to be your level 1 special. You still get invincibility frames, but it's going to be the level 1. If you actually do a proper reversal by inputting your reversal during that really strict reversal timing, you actually get whatever your current level of special is. So in this case, if I actually did a reversal by inputting her DP on Wake Up, and I actually did it correctly, it would actually be her level 3 DP. So that's the one downside to easy reversals. Whoops, that's fine. So you can just mash special and get a reversal, but it's only going to be your level 1. Tessa's weird. This is a recurring theme, is that, hey, here's this concept in this game. Also, this character's weird, and it doesn't apply to them. Tessa actually has a unique easy reversal, which is identical to the move that she uses. So, like, her DP in Red Earth, she actually summons, like, daggers and swords to do that. In this game, she summons fish. So her easy reversal in this is actually more in line with her Red Earth DP, because she actually summons a sword. That's actually unique to her easy reversal, and it's actually better than, I believe, both her level 1 and her level 2, I think. I don't remember. I know it's better than her level 1. Whereas, like, Dan, who has an easy reversal, like his easy reversal Koryukin, I think is actually worse than his level 1. I don't remember. I was messing around with it the other night. But Dan's weird. But for the most part, your easy reversal is always going to be your level 1 special reversal. Still, it's easier to get out because you can just mash special on Wake Up. It's still going to have invincibility frames, so like still go for them, but be aware it's only going to be the level 1. You're not going to get the level. So like if there's certain follow-ups you can do after, like with Tessa, with a level 3 DP, which I don't think there is, but if you could get like follow-ups after like a level 3 DP, you're not going to get those if you're just doing the easy reversal, because it's only going to be level 1. There's also air techs. What was it? There we go. Air teching is punch and kick at the same time in the air. It has to be punch and kick. I tried it with any 2 buttons and it doesn't work. It's only punch and kick. You can't control yourself after the air tech. It just it gives you a brief moment of invincibility and then pops you pretty far away from the opponent. So it's not like you can really follow up. Oh, actually, I lied. You can. You get buttons afterwards. Cool, never mind. You don't get a lot of time, but you can hit a button on the way down. But yeah, you can air tech. Air teching out of a lot of pressure is actually, or certain characters' pressure is pretty important in this game. Especially because you can, as I just noticed, hit a button on the way down. Boom. So that's cool. But yeah, air teching, punch and kick while in the air. You can mash that. The timing's also, I haven't figured out the exact like point in when you would do it, but if you just mash punch and kick, it's going to come out consistently. So that's fine. So that's air teching. Items. So we both have a bunch of items right now. Underneath your character's super meter, will be displayed what items you currently have. So right now Tessa has a bomb, a poison. Wait, is that poison or petrify? I don't remember. Either way, poison or petrify, and then another bomb. Kick and special at the same time will throw out your items. It was petrify. Oh no, it's bomb. Poison. So kick and special will throw out items. Each character starts with one item, and that item is always going to be the same for that character. So Tessa will always start a match with an ice item. Dan will always start a match with a banana, because it's Dan. So there are a bunch of different items in the game. I do not recall how many there are off the top of my head. They're all in the strategy wiki. But they all serve a similar purpose. Throw them out, and they do stuff to your opponent. Bomb, for example, does a ton of damage. Ken here has a fire. Oops, I blocked it. If I can get more items, I'll show them off. Punch and kick and a direction will actually throw your items in a different way. So if you do like punch and kick and like up forward, it'll throw it at a higher arc than if you just did like punch and kick. You can also roll items on the ground. You know what, we'll do this. I'll just go ahead and restart so that way we can get an item. Whoops. Here we go. Let's be Dan. So, each character will start with an item, and they're always going to start the match with that item. Some of them are pretty important. Like Tessa starting with ice is actually super solid because she can confirm into super. Dan, my boy, I love him. Oh yeah, the other button I didn't mention, pressing start taunts. That's very important for Dan because he has the most taunts in the game. Building meter with Dan is actually, like, by taunting is actually kind of viable. His taunts all give... Yeah, he has command taunts. He also has his super taunt. I love it so much. He's just going to keep going. There we go. Oh, this guy drops items. Look at that. Look at all these items. So, Dan's always going to start with a banana item, but I just picked up a bomb and another banana. Punch and kick. I know, I love it. That is like, that's the Dan thing. Like, if he doesn't have his, like, super taunt, this little guy here will drop gems. If he doesn't have his super taunt, then I'm not interested. Also his jumping taunt, because I love the Yahoo. I love it so much. Dan's so cool in this game. He's not. He's terrible. He's the worst character in the game by a very large margin. Everyone in this cool... If you're interested in picking up Pocket Fighter, everyone in this game is actually... Like, this game's surprisingly balanced. The top four are the top four for a reason. Everyone else is... But, like, everyone else in this game is super good. They all have their own little cool tricks and like, like, things they can do. Like, everyone's good. You can be good with anyone. You're going to win with anyone, except Dan. Dan's terrible. But we'll go over Dan in a minute. So, kick and special in different directions will throw. So, like, that's my just kick and special. But if I did, like, up forward kick and special, or up and kick and special. Oh, well. That's going to hit. I missed it. You can get different trajectory to your throws, to your items. Down and kick and special actually has you roll it. And so the items will always do something if the thing that they do, if they hit the opponent. Or if they don't hit the opponent, then they'll stay on the screen for a second before they explode. Oops. Oh, you don't have an item. Haha. So you could down and kick and special will roll items to your opponent. You could then hit them to kind of like push them towards your opponent, and they'll go off like a bomb unless they hit your opponent. But they'll go off after a set amount of time. So it actually adds a pretty funny little, like, almost like Faust-esque mini game where you're both just knocking a bomb back and forth at each other. So yeah, down and kick and special will roll items at your opponent. And then once again, all of the items, or your characters will start with their own specific item. Dan starts with the banana. The banana, he throws it out. If it doesn't hit the opponent, then it just stays on the ground. And if someone walks over it, then they trip. More times than not, I throw that out, and I am the one, as Dan, who trips on it. But that's the most accurate Dan thing ever. So I'm not going to be mad. Hadouken. What else do we have to go over? That's actually pretty much everything I have listed down, except for like some character stuff. I'll show off how to get the 2 secret characters, and then just like a general game plan. But yeah, Pocket Fighter, it's a 3-button fighter. The 2 gimmicks being your gem levels. So every character has 3 specials. They're color-coded. Collecting gems levels up that special up to a max of 3, where your specials get better. Doesn't matter with Dan, his specials are always terrible. You also have flash combos. Started with the punch button, and then depending on, hell yeah, we got items. Depending on the combination of buttons that you press, we'll give you different flash combos. You can get a bunch of stuff out of there, from guard crushes to grabs to high-low mix-ups. So flash combos are cool. And it's not even like you don't need to do a specific timing for those. I'm just mashing punch right now, and it's going to come out. So I love the flash combo system. It's super cool. Yeah, that's Pocket Fighter. Pocket Fighter's super cool. Everyone should play Pocket Fighter. Let me show rolling real quick. So that's going to stay there. I can kick it. Haha. So you can also kick it. He can kick it back at me. I can get hit by it, because of course I can. So yeah, items are cool. Use items. There's some really funny like combo exhibitions online of people just like juggling people with items, which is hilarious, or like doing like throwing out an item into some like really absurd and like totally unoptimal like combo type of shit. There's some cool stuff you can do with items in this game, and they all do different things. Blizzard freezes your opponent, so you can actually follow up with a combo. Poison immediately stuns them. Banana makes them just trip and fall. What else is there? Fire puts like a burn status on them, so they take damage for a couple seconds. Yeah, so all the different items do different things. It's super cool. Oh yeah, level 3 Hadouken, let's go. Where the hitbox doesn't actually match the Hadouken, I love it. Let me show off some characters. So I have Dan right now. Dan's the worst character in the game. He has a bunch of stuff that's terrible, like that move is minus on hit. So I can just get comboed for hitting it, which is fantastic. I love Dan. His supers, as in normal Dan fashion, are terrible. He has Shoto abilities, but they're all bad. Except the Dan kicks. I love the Dan kicks. His DP, the Koryukin. Oh, you just saw him flash. I was going to show it off. The game decides whether it's invincible or not. It's randomly invincible, unlike the Dragon Punch. He'll flash when it is. It's so great. I love Dan. So he doesn't actually have a reliable reversal, and that same property applies to his easy reversal as well. So there's plenty of times that I am playing as Dan, I get knocked down, I ease reversal, and then I just immediately get jabbed out of it because the game decided it wasn't invincible at that point. He's wonderful. There we go. Hey, we got an invincible Koryukin. Oh yeah, he's one of only 2 characters that have a level 3 super. It uses 3 bars. Oops, wrong button. Raging Dad. He summons the ghost of his father to come and do a Raging Demon. There you go, that's Dan. Dan's great. I love him. So, let's show off some of the other characters that aren't Dan. I too wish Neko Arc had a super taunt. That's the only thing she's missing. Neko Arc has everything else to be the ultimate shitpost fighting game character, but she doesn't have a super taunt. So there are 2 secret characters in Pocket Fighter. They're both accessible just by going to the top left or top right. You have Akuma and you have Dan. Who's adorable in this game? I mean everyone, but I'll show off Ibuki. There are 3 different speeds similar to a lot of other Capcom fighting games at the time. There are 3 different speeds for Pocket Fighter. All of the Japanese tournament footage I found for this game just plays on 2, so we've just been playing on 2. God, Ibuki's walk speed is so fast. Penguin. So you'll notice I actually immediately attacked it, but at the start of the match, there's always going to be a chest that spawns in the center. As to what gems pop out of that is randomly determined, but in terms of game plan, fighting over that chest is going to be your first goal. Either punishing your opponent if they try to aggressively grab the chest, or just poking the chest to see what pops out, and then both of you just kind of playing a little footsies game to see who can actually earn the gems. Grabbing that chest gives you a pretty big advantage over your opponent, since more times than not it'll get, if not one of your specials to level 2, then almost all the way, and that puts you at a pretty big advantage. Oh, can she combo out of level 1? I don't think she can. So yeah, there will be a chest that spawns in the beginning, or in the center. Ideally, you want to try to grab that or fight over your opponent to get that chest. And then the rest of the match is utilizing your flash combos. She has a grab one, I think. I want to see her grab. That's not it. Oh, maybe it's this one. There we go. Oh yeah, she throws Tanukis as her special levels up. Yeah. Hey, actually, that's some cool stuff I can show off. And then I'll probably be done here. So there is... I mentioned flash combos. I also mentioned your standard combo of jump in, like crouching button into, you know, special. So like that. Something like that. Or even just crouching button into special. More times than not, though, you're probably just going for a flash combo. There are links in this game. They are pretty specific to the character. Let me show off Tessa, because her... Actually, you know what? No, we're going to show off Miss Top Tier herself, Chun-Li. So there are links in the game. They're not like one-frame links, so they're not the tightest, but they're still links, and they're still not the easiest. Oh, wait, what did I do? There we go. Oh, I wanted the pink one. I don't remember. There's also 4 different colors for each of the characters. Punch, kick, special, and then 2 buttons. Will give you their different colors. So that's cool. We keep getting this stage, which is fine because I love this stage, but I wanted to show off other stuff. So, Chun-Li, here we go. Boom, I got that immediately leveled up to 2. So now I've got level 2 kicks. Chun-Li has her Jill Valentine flash combo. You can actually, so because... With all of the flash combos, you can just stop at any point if you wanted to. So, like, there's no reason I wouldn't stop before this one, because that's, like, that's actually a true combo, the 3 hits of punch. But I could stop to then maybe go for something like a crouching button or walk up grab. So you can throw off your opponent just by not committing to the flash combo. In regards to links, though, Chun-Li's fucked up in that she can actually link her punch, punch, punch flash combo into itself. Like that. It's stupid. She can also, I'm pretty sure she can link into a crouching button if she actually wanted to go for a special cancel. Oops, fucked it up. It's a little tight, but yeah, she can. Oh, that doesn't combo. Which one is it? That one. Okay, that's the one I gotta do. So I could do like punch, punch, punch. I fucked it up. And then crouching button. And then this. And that combos. So that's utilizing a link. Most of your links are other than Chun-Li. Because she can link that into, or the punch, punch, punch into punch, punch, punch. I did it wrong. Yeah, like that. But most of your links are going to be like a flash combo into crouching button into like special or super. Once again, they're not like one frame links. They're not the tightest, but they are still pretty tight, especially for my liking. So the one that I really realized that like, oh shit, there's links in this game was with Tessa, because I saw someone do it in a tournament. We keep getting the stage. So yeah, chest here appears at the beginning. A lot of the game is, or beginning of the game is just fighting over that chest. And I just got level 2, which is disgusting. That's the exact like thing Tessa would want out of that chest, is enough red gems to get to level 2 Dragon Strike. But Tessa can link out of her punch, kick, kick. That one. So she can do a crouching button like that into special or super. So there are links in the game. They are, not every character has them, and if they do, then I don't know about them. Zangief can, Chun-Li can, Tessa can. I don't remember anyone else off the top of my head, but it's there's other like really cool things that each of the characters can do. Like Sinko, for example, can actually confirm into super off of a guard cancel. She can confirm into super off of her dashing low. Like, oh, haha. Speaking of. One thing I did not go over is some characters have additional movement mechanics tied to them. So let's go over Morgan and There we go. Let's go over these two. Hey, okay, this is my second favorite stage. So Sinco has standard dash. She can also airwalk like she can in Vampire Savior. You can do it back and forth. It rules. You can just keep doing it. So she also, every character has your standard dash because that's how you do your dash attacks. So dash, you can do dashing low with Sinco, which is cool. However, with Shinko, you can hold special and dash, and you actually get her teleport dash, which can lead to some really gross, like, oops, cross up. So you hold special and you dash. Same with Morgan. Morgan has standard dash, but if you hold special, oops, then she gets her Morgan dash. So it's actually kind of cool that, like, even though they definitely kept stuff simple with, like, the pocket fighter dash, and it just works the same for every character, the characters that we would expect to have some, like, really interesting movement mechanics still have them. You just hold special and you dash. And she can still do her, like, Morgan stuff where she can, like, attack out of the dash. I want the one where she serves you fried rice. Oh, no, wait, I love this one. Yeah, Sinco's great. She can do a bunch of, like, really gross stuff. Like, let me see. Oh, I don't have meter. Sinco's in my top 4. Like, easy. She's dumb. She has so many options. I fucked it up. Oh, that actually didn't work. Yeah, and that combos. She can just confirm into super off a guard cancel. She can loop that in the corner as well, that particular super. It's really tough. She can do stuff like... Is it half circle back? Or is it half circle forward? Nope, that's not that one. That's the Panda super. Yeah, she can do 10 Raiha. And, like, the gross thing is, like, you either wake up and get hit by the lingering effects of Ten Raiha, while you're, like, or she can just charge a guard crush and immediately, like, hit you with that to cause an actual true unblockable, like, Sinco's gross. That dash is really good. But yeah, that's the cast. Everyone has super cool stuff. I'm not going to get, like, into the nitty-gritty with a lot of them, because there is actually a lot to discover with each of the characters. Especially once you start working with their, like, leveled up specials and stuff like that. But yeah, this game's really good. I will link in, so I'm going to pop this up on YouTube. I will also link to the strategy wiki, which once again is the ideal the best place for resources for this game that I've found. They actually have a really solid. Let me actually pull it up real quick. Oh, I've just had this open the whole time. Oops. The flash combo thing. I worked so hard on cropping that art. I don't want to cover it up. Let me make sure there's nothing I don't want showing. There we go. So yeah, this the strategy wiki is really cool because it actually has a, like, flow chart for the characters' flash combos, and actually, like, shows you, you know, what button presses will result in what states. They have their move listings, which is really solid as well. If the characters, so, like, Ibuki's weird in that she actually technically has a 4th special with core circle back and then kick, and it's kind of like a Rekka chain for her. So they'll also list any of those as well. So yeah, Strategy Wiki's fantastic. But yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by. I'm gonna jump off here. I really love Pocket Fighter. I really hope that other people take a liking to Pocket Fighter. I think there's a lot to love about this game. I think there's still a lot to discover with this game, especially with just how little documentation is out there. I'm sure there's been tons of cool shit that has been found over the years for Pocket Fighter, but I don't know where it is, and it feels like it's stuff that's just been lost to the ages. So that's why I've been having a lot of fun, just digging through old like tournament or like Japanese arcade tournament footage for this game, just seeing if anyone's doing like that Chun-Li Link combo. I'm like, oh, that's fucked up. You can do that. So just discovering the game has been super fun. I feel like there's still a lot more to learn, but I'm always willing to talk about it and impart whatever knowledge I have gained about Pocket Fighter onto anyone who's willing to listen. So once again, thank you everyone for stopping by. Yeah, it means a lot that we have so many people in chat right now hanging out and watching some Pocket Fighter. But everyone, have a great night. Love you all. Bye.